Hi guys, Anime Gypsy here with One Piece episode 800 review. Now, I usually do not make One Piece episode reviews, but this week's episode was pretty nice, so I decided to do so. This episode overall has 7 parts, and I honestly have my cons in this episode. I don't think it was all nice. I don't think it was super nice, but the animation quality was so good that I decided to make a review on this chapter. Now, the first part basically is the initial Luffy versus Cracker part, and in that first fight scene, we see Luffy and Cracker go at it, and the animation quality is very nice. I like how basically Cracker is taking on Luffy with ease. The one major con I have with that sequence is a few glimpses of animation that weren't done right, and also this one scene. Well, not one scene. You see, you see Luffy easily destroying Cracker's biscuit soldiers, and that's a problem because A, we don't see that happening in the manga, and B, it kind of makes you think that Luffy is at the same level as Cracker while he actually isn't. Because Cracker is a lot stronger than Luffy, and this episode may just give you the perception that, hey, Luffy might actually stand a chance against Cracker, but in actuality, Cracker is a beast. You can't compete with Cracker. Now that's the major con I have with this scene. Um, Other than that, it was all nice. The second part of this episode is the Nami part where she basically uses the Beaver card to manipulate the homies. And honestly, I like that scene because it reinforced something I was talking about earlier in the previous One Piece manga review, where I was talking about how it is actually part of Nami's persona to manipulate people, and you actually get to see that a lot earlier during back when she was a thief and back when she was the cat burglar, basically before she joined the Straw Hats. A means of manipulation is a way of life for thieves, so Nami has to be good at it because that's how she survived for God knows how many years. Now, that aside, the third part of this chapter is the brother Chopper, the Konochi, Kon, the Chonoki part of the chapter, where basically Chopper's like, "Hey, Carrot, I got a great idea. So now you have to call me Chopper Ono, Chopper Nissan or something like that." And she just combines both, and she's like, Chonoki, and that's kind of funny. And honestly, I don't mind the cutesy stuff. I know some people really hate the cutesy stuff, but I actually like it, to be honest. I might not look like I like it, but I really do like the cutesy stuff, and I want to see more of it, but I don't want it to be predominantly what we see. I want more story progression, so on and so forth. So, that being said, the third part of this episode, well, sorry, the fourth part of this episode is Brook and Pedro. Now, we get stuff that we actually don't see in the manga, and that is how they actually managed to get into the chateau. And what we find out is the way they got into the chateau is by basically hijacking one of the Biscuit soldiers. Now, I really like that they showed them actually doing it, fleshed it out, and we got a new Brook technique because for you guys anime only watchers, if you're watching this, trust me, you're gonna see a lot more of of Brook. You're gonna see a lot more of him, and you're gonna really like Brook more than you already do because of the events that are going to happen during this arc. Trust me. Now we get to see a new move from Brook called Secret Song Whirlwind Slash. Now, this is the first step stealth move we see Brook do. Um, and it's nice to see that Brook's slashes have some sort of variety to them that would actually help him in different cases. Basically, he has a versatile arsenal that he could use, and he's flexible with depending on the situation. And that's it's good to hear because we know he could use ice, we know he could go super fast, we know he could go very silent, and basically, well, yeah, basically that's it. And I was actually thinking about this. I'm pretty sure that the Secret Song Whirlwind Slash is a variant of the of his signature move, the Hanata Sancho Yahatsugiri. I am 100% sure that's the case because it seems so similar to it, but it's just a lot more silent. Now, after that, the fifth part of this episode is the second Luffy versus Cracker, and I think it's excellent animation overall. I really like where the scene where Luffy charges up to do the Kong Orgon, the Gatling variant of Gear 4. That was really beastly, and it's, to be honest, it's kind of Dragon Ball esque. Like it kind of like no joke. It kind of looked like Luffy was gonna go Super Saiyan for a second there, like charging up and everything. And it also has a little touch of like Gear 2 because you see a lot of smoke that you haven't seen in the manga coming out of his body before he does the Kong Orgon, which I think is Oda's way of telling us that move takes a toll on him, and it's and obviously it's a strong move because one Kong Orgon could basically shoot a guy for like 100 yards, like we saw with fucking Doflamingo, where Doflamingo was in the palace, and the next second he's downtown. Yeah, basically. So that's just, I think, a way of Oda telling us that, hey, this technique is no joke. It takes a lot of effort out of this guy, and so on and so forth. Speaking of techniques, Cracker's honey pretzel. Jeez Louise. Call me crazy, but that technique seemed like a mini version of Big Mom's Elbaf spear. Granted, it's not the same movement, but basically it sent a shockwave across the seducing woods. Oh, Big Mom sent a shockwave across an island. But that aside, it seems like a weaker version of the Elbaf spear. But that's my take on it. You guys could disagree, obviously, and if you do, please leave it down in the comments below. Tell me what that move reminds you of. Now, moving on, the sixth part of this episode is Big Mom talking to Napoleon, and it's very irrelevant. You just don't get anything. Little foreshadowing for a few things, basically teasing that Big Mom thinks that she has underestimated the Straw Hats by just sending in Cracker, which, if you ask me, is more like she overestimated them because Cracker is a lot stronger than Luffy, and yeah, he is a lot stronger than Luffy. It's a mismatch. Like, it really is. It is a mismatch. Now, that aside, the seventh part, and the part that they got a lot of people talking, is the seventh part, which is the Vinsmoke part, where basically Niji and Ichiji return. Now, I liked most of that scene. I have one big problem with that scene, and it's the background. The fucking background is full of people that just stay still, like, and it's annoying. And you see copies of these people later on while they're moving. So, like, you have a guy over here, like, and then they take like 5 steps, and the same guy is like, and it's annoying. But that aside, I get it. You're on an animation budget, but that's just a con that I liked to point out. Now, the pros of this scene, are basically Niji's voice was amazing. I really liked Niji's voice. Ichiji, I really want to see more of Ichiji's voice actor. He seems cool and composed, which is something that is Ichiji-esque, because for you anime only watchers, you're gonna find out why I'm saying that. Um, Doflamingo. Oh yeah, they basically also during this they go inside the castle and they talk about the fall of Doflamingo and what that caused. Now, to be honest, Doflamingo is one of my favorite characters. So basically, I got an anime-gasm just hearing his name this episode. I know this sounds weird, but you know, you're just gonna have to get used to my ways. Oh, by the way, if you like my videos, please subscribe down below. Okay, now another thing is Sanji using Shave. We never get to see. Well, we get to see him use Blue Walk. We get to see him use Skywalk. So it is something that basically makes sense that he could use Shave at this point, and it's really nice finally seeing him use it in a canon episode. Now, that aside, yeah, the the major thing in this last part of the episode is Niji's douchebaggery and how he looks like the type of guy that you just want to see die later on. Like, you know, that one person in a series that you just watch the series and you just hope that character dies. Like that's honestly the vibe I'm getting for Niji. I want Niji to die. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, even for you manga readers that know what's going on, I want Niji to fucking die. Cause he ain't worth it. I think this is a theory I'm just gonna throw out there. I think that Ichiji's gonna get his feelings back somehow, some way, and I know that's weird coming from someone who's reading the manga. I think I said too much. I'm gonna shut up now. Okay. Okay, so that's basically it for this episode. If you liked the episode, please leave a like and subscribe. If you didn't like this episode, just leave a dislike and comment why down below. And until next time, this is Anime Gypsy, and I'm out.